All right, now you need to come back because everybody in your business now.
Oh, they was about titties. I was about titties.
We are live.
Hey,
You are
y'all.
watching Miss
Sorry.
Candy's boobies.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
This is the
Not
Asian
hot.
Potheads podcast. Yes, you are. And we've been having a little technical difficulties. We working this shit out, y'all.
Sorry.
I know we said we started about 7:00, but you know how potheads work, man. We gotta do some things sometimes. Go ahead, y'all, and take the time to share.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Share, like, share. Boobies. Share 'em.
Damn, even my phone is tripping down, y'all.
I don't listen.
Oh.
Hi, Angie. Hi, Boo.
All right, y'all. Go ahead, take this time to share. I am Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk. I am sitting here.
Okay, let me turn it down. Sorry, y'all. Going live on my listen. We having all type of fuckery going on.
I'm sitting here with the lovely Miss Candy. How you doing tonight, Candy?
I'm good. I've been drinking a little bit, so this tequila got me a little warm. But I'm good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Go ahead in the comments and let us know how you are doing. Right now, I am my computer was acting up, so I had to restart it. We are here though. How is everyone doing? But hold on, y'all. Let's blaze.
Yeah, let's blaze. Let's see, what am I smoking on tonight? Hold on, they told me the name of it. Let's see. It's a sativa. What is it?
All right. And
Whew. Okay.
all right, y'all. We gonna get this going.
Green crack.
Oh, you got green crack, huh?
Green crack-ola.
Oh, okay. See, you ain't
Crack
playing. You ain't playing.
Green crack. Go on and tell us about it, weed connoisseur.
Green crack is a great sativa. They try to call it something else nowadays because the whole crack thing. But green crack is a sativa dominant hybrid. The reason they call it green crack because it hits pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
It punches you right in the mouth,
right,
and it goes straight to your head. It goes straight to your head. It's good for if you don't. It's gonna bring on the munchies.
Okay.
It's good for anxiety,
which is good because we got the munchie table set up. We had to switch cameras, y'all, but I'll show y'all the munchie table. I got some toffee Oreos. Okay. Toffee Oreos. I'm probably gonna eat 3 and then I don't know. But yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But that's what it does. It that's one of the things it does. It depression and anxiety, hunger.
Okay.
It does give you energy though, so it doesn't have a back end because some of these hybrids they give you a back end to where you start getting couch lock or you get tired. Green crack doesn't do that. It hits straight for the head. It's something you can actually go out and do an activity. You can do. I would think it'd be a good brunch.
Right.
A good brunch thing because it'll get your appetite going as well as it will it'll get your appetite going as well as it will keep you pretty lucid. You're gonna be high.
Okay.
You know you're gonna be high, but you're gonna be able to keep that in your thing. You'll be able to keep it going.
Okay.
I tonight, y'all, didn't have a joint. I was in a rush today, so I actually brought my pen. It's a Stizzy pen, and on my Stizzy pen, I have the legendary Sour Tangy.
Sour Tangy.
It is it's a go-to strain for a lot of folks. It's a sativa.
Okay.
What it actually does is it gives you a nice head high without bogging you down. It and this is just what it does for me. Doesn't make my head foggy. It's something like if it does make things bright. So
right. Okay.
so if you're everything's going to be vivid. You're going to see colors. If you walk outside on a nice day and you smoking on sour tangy, be it a concentrate or the flower, you're gonna have a good day. You're gonna be happy. It makes you sort of giggly. It makes you happy.
Okay, I need some of that thing.
You know, it does that for you. The actual bud itself, it does have citrus notes.
Okay.
It smokes pretty clean. It smokes pretty clean, and it smokes pretty smooth.
Okay.
You don't really cough on sour tangy. Sour tangy is one of those what I call beginner strains. So if somebody just wanted to start smoking, sour tangy is probably that one. You know,
sour tangy. Mm-hmm. Okay, can we get a spelling on that? Is that Tangi?
Yes, Tangie.
Sour tangy.
Sour tangy.
Gotcha. Got it.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I'm looking here at the captions. The captions are coming up pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
The captions are coming up pretty good. And sour tangy's good. Go ahead in the comments, y'all. Let us know what you're smoking on tonight. Also, let us know where you are watching from, so we know where we are. Mm-hmm. I know Candy got the chat over there.
Mm-hmm. I got the chat popping.
No, I mean you got a chat. It's on your page. I want to see what's going on.
Our chat. Okay. Oh, okay. I do got it on private chat.
There we go. All right. There's Bunny Kawaii.
Hi,
now,
Bunny.
Bunny, I think actually has my mother watching tonight.
Oh.
So my mother's watching tonight, y'all.
Hi, Mama Boss.
Or Boss Mama, however you want to put it. But you know, before I came in,
Mama Funky, Funky Monk.
I'm gonna say this to y'all, folks out there listening. These damn kids, these goddamn kids.
What they did now?
We come from a generation where we know a lot of stuff. Yesterday, I was listening to DJ Thump, who's a local radio personality here. He was doing his morning show.
On 88.1?
Yes. No, he's actually on 105.7 now.
Oh, okay.
He does the morning show. Yeah, does one. I don't know what happened with Power 88.
I really don't catch the morning shows out here anymore.
Yes. I don't either. Whenever I'm in the car.
I'm on YouTube Music. Like, I very rarely, like, if I'm just hopping in the car and I'm just running a quick errand, I'll just put it on the radio just to hear somebody talking. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So when they had a contest, they played 3 theme songs.
Out of Sally said California in the house. I know. Team Cali, LA.
They played 3 theme songs from the past. And the person is to guess them. I guess they were supposed to get free tickets to something.
Okay.
And so he played 3 songs. I knew all 3.
Okay.
One was the theme song from 227.
Okay.
The second was the theme song from MASH. The theme song from MASH. Yeah, see, you know it. You know it. Exactly. The third was the theme song from the Golden Girls.
Listen, that song be making me cry sometimes. That song hit different. When you grown and now that I'm grown, thank you for being a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the card of the exactly. Thank you for being a friend.
And this kid, when I tell you she didn't know not one of them, and he gave her the hint for the Golden Girls. I figured, hey, if you didn't know one of these, it would have been the Golden Girls.
That's y'all parents' fault. Y'all parents' fault.
She guessed the Golden Girls, and she couldn't guess the other 2. I said, no, if she couldn't get Golden Girls, she definitely wasn't going to get MASH. I mean, she even some people our age might have got 227. They might have got it, but they definitely wasn't gonna get MASH. MASH.
Yeah, MASH. MASH is back when y'all probably too young to remember when TV went off. TV used to go off, and after MASH, first of all, we had
well, see, you
7 channels, like channel 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. 11 and 13. and I think MASH used to come on Fox.
Okay, so what you probably caught reruns.
Yeah, I was little when I caught MASH syndicated, but MASH still used to. After MASH went off, the little TV went off. Like everybody went home, you supposed to take your ass to sleep. That's what that meant. Like get up, you got to get up and go to school in the morning. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Now MASH, I believe, and if I'm not mistaken, it was either CBS or ABC, but it came on after Happy Days.
It did. And Sequoia said the same thing too. Like exactly. Right, Sequoia. We know we about the same age.
It was Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, then MASH.
Okay.
For those who don't know or don't remember, 8 o'clock. Between 8 and 9 on television primetime was supposed to be family friendly. That's why we have a lot of family friendly stuff between 8 and 9 on primetime television.
Sequoia said Happy Days was her shit. I know, that was reruns when we was watching it though.
So after 8:30, kids were supposed to go to bed at 9 because that's when they started playing the more adult stuff. And MASH was a comedy, but it was really about them trying to survive during the Korean War.
Yes.
In a medical camp.
Now I'm gonna be singing it all day.
But yeah, that was good. That actually starred Alan Alda, Jamie Farr. God, I can't remember the woman's name. It's on the tip of my tongue. She actually just passed away.
That's misogynist. No, I'm kidding.
That's not misogynist.
I'm just kidding.
See, people are here tripping.
Joking.
But anyway, back to my story.
Hey. Okay, here comes Tony.
Potheads can't even tell. Here comes
Tony. What you need, Tony? What's up?
I can't even hear Tony.
Hey, the actress that passed away that you're talking about, you said she was on MASH. Was it Robin Griggs?
Tony, what's up?
I can't even hear Tony. The actress that passed away that you're talking about, you said she was on MASH. Was it Robin Griggs?
No, it was Loretta or Lorene. She played Sweet Lips.
He said she played Sweet Lips.
She played Sweet Lips. All right, Tony went out, but yeah, she played Sweet Lips.
But yeah.
But yeah, I'll get the name will come to me.
Yeah, we can Google her, but yeah, that was a good show. And even though I was very young, I do remember watching those characters, and I did know that once that came on, we were supposed to be asleep after that.
Now, back to my story. He gave her the Golden Girls. He said Golden. She said, "Oh, Golden Girls," and I said, "Okay, all right." She did not guess the other two. He gave her the motherfucking prize anyway.
Oh no.
And I said,
that's not fair. That's get a participation award. That's a citizenship award or whatever fucking award, just because you tried. And it was so funny you mentioned that today because earlier there was this post that I was following, and they were talking about the baby and how Detroit ain't fucking with the baby at all. One girl, they were talking about the responses of the baby, like they were posting the responses. The shade room, listen, the shade room be having me on the floor. Yeah. So one girl was like, "I don't even know why we mad at the baby, but tell me so I could be mad too." And one lady posted, "This is like the time when Ashley Banks they didn't come to Ashley Banks. What was it? Premiere, her little CD dropped on that episode of Fresh Prince." Yeah. And one of the girls in the comments was like, "Isn't that the girl that said she didn't want anybody who wasn't pretty at her party?" Like she was talking about the rapper Erica Banks. So I went on the post and I said, "Oh, you so adorable. You don't know that episode from Fresh Prince when Ashley was got signed to Quincy Jones and they got tired of that fucking song, and when they did her little release party, didn't nobody show up? Like, so these kids, Angela said, "Do you remember the Benny Hill show?" Okay, all right. See, here we go. This is why we potheads. This is exactly. Hold on, let me mute my damn earphones. This is why we potheads.
All right. I don't think it's Is it Tatiana Ali?
Yes, Tatiana Ali.
Okay.
That was her name.
Benny Hill is where I first saw nudity. Benny Hill would show titties. Benny Hill. Yes.
Do I remember Benny Hill?
Benny Hill
That's
was
the one that didn't talk.
the British guy. No,
The
you think
guy.
about Mr. You talking about Mr. Bean?
Yeah, Mr. Bean. Yeah.
Benny Hill was like
I remember
this
Benny
old,
Hill, kinda.
dirty British man, and he spent 30 minutes doing skits and telling dirty jokes. The skits were like dirty jokes played out.
So he like a British Dolomite or something?
Yeah, you can say that. And he was raunchy for the time. He was raunchy, and that was when I learned titties. That's why I learned my love for titties.
No, wait a minute.
Tony, don't take that off, man.
What is it?
He got me on the fat cam.
Why? What was not the fat cam? But anyway.
Yeah, it's
Tony's trolling.
Yeah, that's because I got my computer up, but it's only on my webcam. So if he switches on my webcam and brings it in,
it's gonna do that.
Yeah, it's gonna do that. Like you know, that's my reaction cam. Like, did you see this shit? You know. But Benny Hill was when I discovered my me time. Boy, and we had a VCR, so I used to record Benny Hill, and then when nobody be home, I make excuses not to go nowhere. It just be me.
Benny Hill was your first?
It'd be fat time.
Oh,
it'd be time to fap. It'd be fapping time. But anyway, Benny Hill was one of those shows that did come on late night. It normally came on right before Creature Features or after Creature Features. Now, for those who are old enough to know, Creature Features was a TV show that showed horror movies. Came on every Saturday night at about 11:30.
Like Tales of the Crypt and all that?
Oh, no. He just showed movies. He just hosted movies. He just said, hey, we're watching this tonight. You know, It was normally just a scary movie. He wouldn't comment. He'd just come back like if, they come back from a commercial, he'd say a little something, give a little trivia about the movie, and then goes back to the movie. Okay. But either before or after Benny Hill came on, one of the two. Probably after, because after Creature Features, nothing really on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember Creature Features. That might be before my time.
Yeah, it might be before your time. What's up, Daniel? Thank you for watching.
Hey, Daniel.
But yeah, it's fun. As a pothead, these are shows I would love to be high watching. Like, I would love to watch an old Benny Hill episode high.
Yeah, I could see how that would be funny.
It'll be hilarious. But back to the story though.
Mm-hmm.
He gave her the prizes.
Yeah, that's how I was
like, these goddamn kids.
That's why.
Thump, I love you, bruh, but you shouldn't have gave her nothing. I wanted to go to the Renaissance Fair.
That's whack, Thump. She probably don't even want to appreciate that shit.
I want to go to the Renaissance Fair. You know why I want to go to the Renaissance Fair? For the winches.
For the winches.
It is like
it's like sets to do the.
It's like a corset. It's like a corset. It's like a corset. It's a corsetacopia.
A corsetacopia. A cacophony of titties.
See, I didn't even bring up titties.
I
brought up corsets.
Corsets and titties. Yeah, see? Okay, that's what it is. Cacophony and titties. I want to go to the Renaissance Fair. I think that is so dope. Like, it's getting cold now. It's like, what is it, Oktoberfest or whatever?
We got Oktoberfest. October itself is what I call Kinktober. That's what Kinktober. We got Oktoberfest coming up. We have Oktoberfest, and that's going on at the Hofbrauhaus over on Harmon and Paradise for those who live in Vegas.
Oh.
The Renaissance Fair is going to be at Sunset Park. Everybody knows where Sunset Park is here. It's on Russell and Sunset. Eastern and Sunset. I apologize.
By the airport.
Yeah, Eastern and Sunset. Right kitty corner from the airport. Mm-hmm. We also have Las Vegas Pride this weekend. And that's spread out probably downtown and in the Rainbow Triangle. I don't know if we still call it that. I don't know if people are insulted by that, but basically it's where the three clubs are: Piranha, Quads, and Free Zone. Okay, they're all right there.
I learned something new.
They're all right there. And for those who like going to Piranha, like going to the Triangle, they are actually rebuilding Gypsies right across the street from Piranha. Now, for those who are in the community, they know Gypsies is a legendary gay club that was here in Vegas for 40 years. And then it closed down. Now they're rebuilding it right across the street from Piranha's. That's not going to do nothing but make that whole area nice. And for those who are part of the LGBTQ plus community, Gypsies is going to be a welcome back. It's going to be a nice throwback. And I love it. Those who don't, you really need to go to a gay bar, y'all. I swear, going to gay bars is the funnest thing.
Is it?
The bartender's heavy pour.
Okay.
Everybody's there to have a good time. I've been to a lot of gay bars, and it's like everybody's friendly. I've only seen one fight in like 20 years.
That's what's up.
One fight. And I don't go all the time, but I do go maybe 3-4 times a year.
Yeah.
But every time I go, it's always a good time.
Okay.
It's always fun. If you go to like Jimmy at Madison's, which is on Twain and University, it used to be Twain and Swinton, but we'll get to that another day.
Okay.
It's a rough corner, but right there there's a bar called Jimmy at Madison's. Every Sunday they have the drag brunch.
And you said we'll have a ball. Yes.
Yes.
I want to go to I definitely want to go to a drag show. I've never been to one. I've been invited to a couple, but something happened and I just never went. I did a couple years ago. We had an event at what is that? Deja Vu. The theater, the sex museum.
Okay, yeah, that's next to the Deja Vu.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then they have a show in there. These two guys have they're basically it's like they're
puppetry of the penis.
What is it?
Puppetry of the penis.
It's puppetry of the penis, where they just make their penises in all these different shapes. I just happened to peek in there. We was doing Keish bachelorette party there that night, but there still was a show that was going on. So I kind of peeked in there just to see what was going on, and it looked pretty cool. You know, I mean, it's something that if you're on tour out here, and you just want to find out, some of the stuff to do, the kinkier stuff to do in Vegas. That would be definitely something to go to, and the sex museum is good too. I've been there. Yeah,
the Erotic Heritage Museum.
Yeah, that's what it is. The sex museum.
Those who don't partake or whatever it is, it might not be for you. But the Erotic Heritage Museum has a lot of educational stuff in it. It's not just a whole bunch of sex toys and the history of sex toys. Yeah, it's
not like that.
It's educational. I actually enjoyed it. I actually haven't been to the new one. Believe it or not, I've only went to the old one when it was downtown.
Oh, okay.
Before they moved.
It's right behind the fashion show now.
Yeah, it's right next to the fashion show, right across the street from Trump Plaza or Trump, whatever they call it.
Yes.
And that's at the Puppetry of the Penis show. Now, Tony did post a question earlier, y'all. Have you been to a gay bar? What was your experience? One of the best times I had was at Piranha. And at Charlie's. Charlie's is a country gay bar. Okay. And that's off of Arville and Tropicana. Okay. It's a little down Arville. But that's called Charlie's. And that place is always a good time. Okay. I'm
learning new things. Angie said Free Zone has drag shows and Flex.
Yeah, the Flex is closed now. For those who know about Flex. Flex used to sit on the corner of Charleston and Arville. Okay. That's where Flex used to go, or used to be. They shut down. They done tore down that whole half a block there. And Flex is moving. I don't know if they've gotten to a new location yet, but they will. They'll post as soon as everybody knows. Flex was a good spot. Flex was like a neighborhood bar.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
We don't have neighborhood bars anymore. At least here in Vegas, we might go to our local PTs, but
yeah, I mean, there's bars, but they're like kind of like, well, they're kind of clubby. They're not like a Cheers.
Yeah. Now, when I was coming up, almost every neighborhoods had one or two bars where it was just a bar. You go, you drink, you watch sports. There was no flash. There was no grill most of the time. It was just you ate the peanuts, you ate the chips, you drank the beer, you had the alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have those a lot. They used to have them in LA too. They probably converted them to clubs. A lot of them now are just boarded up and empty. But when I grew up in San Francisco, we always had a neighborhood bar. We had a neighborhood pizza joint. We had a neighborhood deli. You didn't have to go far out of your neighborhood unless you really needed to go shopping, you know, like at a grocery store. But if you needed quick loaf of bread, quick thing of milk, just ran to the liquor store across the street.
Right.
Ran to the corner store. We call them corner stores. And we got them here in Vegas, but they're not on the corner. It's per se anymore. They're in little strip malls. But I can tell you a gay bar experience to me is a lot better than a regular bar or regular club experience.
Is it the ambiance, the people?
It's the people. Okay. Everybody is truly there to have a good time. Okay. Yeah, they might be there to hook up with people. But when you go to the club nowadays, that's all it seems to be about.
Yeah.
Is being flashy. Look at me. Me and my 20 brothers here bought one bottle so we can sit at this table.
And I'll take a sip of it and just look at, y'all look goofy doing that.
Y'all look hella goofy. If I come to a table with 20 people there should be at least 5 bottles on that table.
And some females. I mean, unless y'all just out with the fellas, you know. I mean, it might be like that too.
Yes.
You know.
And also, ladies, you shouldn't be impressed when you see all that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to impress nobody. If I get a table, because that leads to another thing about the clubs here, is now seating is a premium.
Yeah.
Okay, Dre's charges about $100 for you to get in, and it's get in where you fit in. If there's an empty seat that's available that's not VIP, sit in it. But other than that, y'all paying $100 to sit around.
That and the same bottle y'all can get at the liquor store for like $20 is now what, like $200 or $300 now? Yeah. And they might, put a sprinkler in the motherfucker, or they might, make it light up at the bottom or something like that, which is, it's a vibe. It's cool,
But I can get the sparkler at the same.
I can do all that,
I can get the sparkler at the same liquor store that I got the damn bottle.
Yeah, you charging for the experience. I mean, you charging for the look, I guess. And I mean, it's for that type of crowd that likes to do that, and there's a place for it. So, but yeah,
y'all. I had a whole lot of shit I wanted to say today that I had on my head, but let's talk about yesterday. There's a whole lot of people, a whole lot of marriages took L's yesterday.
A lot of them did.
I mean,
I was, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah, it was like Monday, all the rap girls was beefing. Yeah. And then Cardi was beefing with JT. Yeah. I don't, like she called JT a lap dog, Nicki's lap dog. Ooh, she called you a lap dog.
Yes.
But and then we had that back and forth all day, and then Tuesday, like 4 couples just called it quits. Giselle and
hey Tony, take that bar down.
Oh yeah, we're But yeah, Giselle and
Tom,
which I think we all kind of saw that happening. Corey and Tia, Maury from Tia and Tamara. I don't want to do that because they're very much their own people. Tia is Team Tia, but and who else? There was this couple that they were kind of from one of those reality hookup shows anyway, like 90 Day Fiance or whatever. I don't put any faith into if you got to go on a TV show and hook up. I mean, it might work, but none of that stuff lasts. Like you don't really know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else? Miguel
and his wife.
Nancy.
Nancy.
I forget. I don't know how you say her name, but I know they've been together for a while.
Now they broke up in September of last year.
They did.
Got back together in February.
And now they're breaking up again.
Now,
retrograde.
Yeah, I didn't know much about it, but in my opinion, it seems to be back on track because they're breaking up in the fall. They'll be back together by Valentine's Day. And a lot of the comments that I saw when I said the article said she done filed for divorce 2-3 times already.
So my opinion with that is, like if you kind of believe in, or kind of like a mildly aware of, not even a really follower of astrology, but everybody's heard of retrograde. Like people throw that out there, and if you really do get into that and understand what that is, it says that Mercury rules over Mars. So when Mars goes backwards on its orbit, that's what they call a retrograde. And it's not really that it's going backward, it's just it's slowed down enough to where Earth has passed it or something like that. So it looks like it's going backwards is what I read, but it's not really going backwards. So what that means is Mars or Mercury is the messenger. Mercury rules over technology, speech, the messenger, like getting things, so a lot of times there might be times where you just kind of notice, like today, you just have technical difficulties, or a letter didn't get sent to the right place, or all of a sudden everything just going weird. It might be because we're being in retrograde, but this one seemed to really affect a lot of people. I mean, just personally, people that I know. So they're kind of attuning that to that. If you're like really into astrology, then that would mean something to you. But just because it ends on a certain day, it doesn't mean that. I mean, there's still kind of like some dust up a week or so after, so you got to sage. So you notice I have my sage and my Palo. So I'm told, get rid of all that negative retrograde energy. But during that time, you're not supposed to really make any big decisions. You're not supposed to enter into any contracts. Be careful of flight. Be careful how you spend your money. Those are things that.
Then that fits right into the whole Miguel situation.
Exactly. And all these couples all of a sudden breaking up that have been together for a long time.
Tom Brady is still sort of in denial about his whole Gazelle thing.
I think so too. They just said that they just hired divorce attorneys. They didn't really, but I mean, who knows? Who knows?
My thing is with Gazelle and Tom Brady, it's nobody's business, but you gotta understand, he told this woman he was gonna retire.
She's been waiting like 20 years.
Yeah, she's been waiting a long time for him to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna quit playing football. He comes back to get another ring and then still doesn't retire. He said, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna run this shit back.
I'm gonna just run this shit till I can't do it no more. And now she's stuck with whatever. But I feel like, at some point, my whole thing is, even couples that have been together that long and, seem to, be the goals that everybody wants to be. I think we do have to give, Tom Brady will not retire anytime soon. I believe that, but that's not really fair to your wife and your children, and of course, he was a football player when they got married. But she's probably, alone a lot.
But also she sacrificed her prime years modeling.
To kind of support you.
Be this dude's arm candy and support his career.
Yeah, and, be the trophy wife and all that kind of stuff. And I don't say that lightly. Giselle was very much established and very much one of the top models in her heyday. So it's not like she's some basic woman. She's very, very up there. It's like Beyonce to Jay-Z. She's that person without him. So, but I do think that, as time goes on, people change, people evolve. Yes. I think Tom Brady needs to figure out who he wants to be outside of football. Like, he could do so many things. To me, he's like a Jordan or a Kobe, or those types of players just don't know how to let go. Well,
it's almost like, I don't know if people remember things. I remember things. I watch a lot of TV. There used to be these commercials called Day One. And basically, it was a person's first day of retirement. It was for one of those financial thing. But that first few months after you retire, you say, yeah, I got a whole lot of shit to do. And then that first 3 months you do it, and then it's like, okay,
what's next?
It's 8:00 on Monday morning. What the fuck do I do now?
And then too, like, he's been active in his career for so long. He probably doesn't know how to be around them full time. He probably is not used to being in the house full time with his wife and his kids, or if he does retire and has to be at home all the time or be home more, that could probably cause that too. A lot of during the pandemic, we saw a lot of long time couples break up. Because nigga, we married, but I'm not used to being in the house with you all the time.
You know why? Because, like I said, you're forced to face your demons. Using me as an example, me and my girl got closer during the pandemic. You know what I mean? We sat, we talked every day, we smoked every day. We were just genuinely in our presence, and we took that time to actually. We notice quirks about ourselves. We've been together fucking 7 years, so we know.
Yeah, we know like things that we notice. What makes who tick? Yeah.
Yeah, but there's certain things, certain other things you notice. But then you say, these aren't really deal breakers. These are just things we discovered because now we're here 24/7
with each other,
looking at each other every day, every morning,
cleaning up after you every day. Or you leaving the toilet seat up every day. It'd be stuff like it's just getting used to having to be around each other more often. And I think that maybe I don't know, maybe he don't want to do that. Maybe he realized, or maybe she don't. Maybe they'll get together and he realize, like you like that.
Some of these couples, I hope, is going to be just an amicable thing. Hey, we just not really vibing no more. Now, so let's move on. Yeah. And like I said, during quarantine, I think that's what a lot of folks did discover. You know what I mean? They said, maybe we just not vibing. This is a long time coming. Let's we can let it go because now we have a chance to sit down because there's no hustle and bustle. Sit down and talk about it. Now.
Yeah, or we just, this is just where I'm. This is what I want to do in my life now, and that may or may not require your presence.
Yes.
You just gotta, and people have to understand that. Yeah, that hurts, but it's okay at the end of the day. I feel like it's okay to evolve or move on from something, or to admit, listen, we gave it the old college stride. Yeah. We gave it we gave it what we gave. And now
on the flip side, quarantine also let folks know who was the side chick and who was the main chick. Now, and then when I say chick, I mean everybody, male, female, whatever the case may be. Because let's be clear, sometimes the person you see on the side is what's actually keeping you together with your person.
That's very true.
They help you.
A lot of side chicks have held together a lot of marriages.
Yes.
A lot of our parents' marriages was held together by that side chick. We just didn't know it.
Side pieces have saved.
To the phone.
Yeah. Side pieces have either saved or saving a lot of relationships now.
Fortunately true.
Do with that what you may. But I'm pretty sure during quarantine is when some people found out a lot of shit. And it's like, we might as well break up now because I need to go see my side piece, and you disturbing this.
Right,
So,
you need to go somewhere. Go find something to do for a couple of days. I'll be back.
Why do you think OnlyFans got hype? You know what I mean?
Yeah, things like that.
Things like that, and it's fun. It's all fun to talk about, but divorce is never a good situation.
It's not fun.
It's not fun. Let me say it's not. I shouldn't say never a good fun situation. It's not fun.
It's not.
Yeah.
Tony said I want a side chick. Wife said okay, but no sister wife. Okay. So she said no sister. Oh, okay, no sister wife, but just a side chick. Listen, sometimes wife won't. She don't want to fuck you every day, bro. She might not want that. She might be okay with it. Listen.
Go ahead and outsource the pussy.
Yeah, go ahead and get you a girlfriend. So, but yeah.
What's up, Leonard? Thank you for joining.
Hey, Leonard.
Leonard's a cool guy, but he a Cowboys fan. I know.
Listen.
But he a cool guy. We all can't be perfect.
I mean, yeah, we can't be perfect.
Plus, he's from Compton. Shout out to Compton.
Okay, shout out to Compton. That's my home. Love City. Love City's finest. Yeah.
But quarantine did a lot of things. But back to the divorce thing. Divorce is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if there's kids involved.
Yeah, it sucks.
I've been divorced twice.
Yeah, I'm divorced. So it
takes its toll.
And you do have a sense of like you failed, or you didn't do something right, or you should have seen this come in, or like you do have those feelings. But I think that at the end of the day, it can be amicable, and some people don't have an amicable situation, which really sucks because some people are just bitter and don't want to move on, and they make the situation 10 times worse. But it doesn't have to be a bad thing if the two people can be adults about it and just come to agreement. Hey, like I said, listen, we did what
it's just not working out right.
Yeah, or it might feel like a blindside to the other person, but at the end of the day, you have to figure out what you're gonna do with that. You can't make somebody stay with you.
And you're right, Tony.
They should be civilized.
Divorces should be civilized. TV has shown us divorces can be nasty, ugly, and there are nasty, ugly divorces. My opinion, Tia and Tom's might just be amicable. They're just gonna let it roll.
Tia and Corey's.
Yeah, Tia and Corey's, and then Tom and Giselle.
Oh, and Tom and Giselle. Oh, okay, yeah.
There's gonna be amicable. It's gonna go on.
I think so.
Miguel, that might be an issue because he steps out a lot, and I already see the fact that people are stepping out. He's been cheating this, and I don't even know why they got back together. It's like, okay, it's none of your business. You done got together with broke ass Tyrone.
It's 17 times. As a matter of fact, you ain't never leaving Tyrone.
Yeah, you broke up with his ass this morning.
Right.
And now he laid up in your bed playing your kids' PlayStations and eating their fruit snacks.
Yeah, like relax. Relax.
Smoking your weed.
My divorce was horrible. Ended up in jail. Well, I ended up with a TRO with mine, so he ended up in jail too. So, it gets like that sometimes. Unfortunately, I don't wish anybody to go through, some of the things I've had to go through with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that all of that is hurt. And people misplace hurt, and people not knowing what to do with that, and not wanting to, maybe they don't want to give it, But even with my situation, we had tried to work it out and get back together, for our daughter and what have you. But I just knew that I wasn't in love with him anymore, and I knew that if I stayed, I would just be staying, but be resentful and maybe cheat too. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
it's
a hard situation.
So I had to, be real with myself. Like, I could stay in this, just for the sake of, but I know the type of person I am, and I don't deal with a lot of mess for too long.
Yeah.
Like I know the kind of person that, I move on from things that serve me no purpose anymore. If it doesn't serve me a purpose, I'm not gonna stay there. I don't care how, sorry you are, how much, like sometimes you just gotta.
I say the same thing. If it doesn't serve your journey, let it go.
Yeah, move on.
It's not easy though.
Short,
don't tell me it's not easy. I'm not telling you
it's not. It's hard,
yes.
And you get used to comfort. Especially if y'all been together for a while. You used to being with this person. You just comfortable with this person. This person knows you in and out. Vice versa. Like it's hard to let that go. Or it might be a financial situation too. It might be. Like, damn, I want to leave this motherfucker, but I ain't got a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of.
Exactly.
And, so now I feel like I'm stuck.
But that's when you make a plan. And that's, people say prenups, but, let's be clear. You think prenups are for rich folks, famous folks, but it could be just for you.
Yeah, I mean, I do think they're for people that have, and I don't want to say rich folks, but just folks that have a lot of assets. Like you don't have to be.
They want to protect them.
You ain't got to be no millionaire. You can just be a business owner and have want to protect that income.
Yeah.
That might be.
Yeah, and believe it or not, my girl and I, we're not married, but we have an exit strategy. We have an exit strategy. We know, I know certain things, will have to be taken care of if we ever break up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Sometimes you can't, especially if you live together, you pay bills together.
Yeah.
You can't just. Like it is.
And these are things that we agree to do, good or bad. You know what I mean? I can be hurt. I can be hurt. I understand that. But that doesn't mean that, I go against what I agree with.
Tony said prenups are not recognized in Nevada. I did not know that.
I'm sure. I can see that.
I did not know that. I'll have to look that up. But what I wanted to know, because I saw this podcast earlier, and because we seen like this big influx of males, relationships breaking up because of infidelity. My question is, do men know how to leave relationships? Like, do y'all just know how to break up with somebody? And just like I notice a lot of men don't like to do that. They just kind of mesh on into the next one, or there's some overlap between the relationships. And I don't know a lot of men personally that the woman seems like the one that's always leaving. Like men will just stay if they hurt, getting cheated on, or just like don't want to leave. Like, do y'all leave?
I think it's because men are possessive. I mean, we always talk about obsessive, possessive women, but men are just as possessive and territorial. So
y'all pillow talk too.
Oh yeah. They want to go out. They want to have their cake and eat it too. And then when they get caught, they know she gonna leave. But I don't give a fuck because I already got me something going on right here. And
the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that there has been many relationships I've been in that I have already set up another whole relationship
before you exited the relationship.
Before I exited the other one. That's why I think I said it on this show a few weeks ago. By the time people break up, it's already somebody's already checked out. Somebody's already checked out.
I'm bringing my wife's ass, my property. Tattoos don't mean nothing.
You can get those covered.
Get those covered up.
But yeah, it's hard, and you have to mourn relationships. You know what I mean? And people mourn in different ways. So if you break up and then the next week you see that person dating or in another relationship, stop saying that they had that set up all along. Some have, but other times some people, like you mentioned earlier, they're used and comfortable to having somebody around. So of course they're gonna just grab on to somebody and try to do that again because they miss that feeling. And men, although they've been taught not to really express that, they do. I hate sleeping alone. I truly hate sleeping alone. and this is a confession, y'all. In my 20s, I clapped so many cheeks simply because I wanted a place to stay for the night and not sleep alone.
You was a homosexual?
No, I wasn't a homosexual. I had my own spot.
Okay.
I just wanted to lay up with somebody and sleep for a second. I never stayed overnight.
Okay.
I slept after that dude, and then I was home by morning. You know, I always had to be home by be home by midnight, be home by 6 before the sun come up.
Yeah.
Type shit. But that's what I did. It, you know, it's a here you go. But you know, it's funny because people say like you a dog. You just you know, yeah, it was doggish behavior. But I can say, but I can say today at 49 years old, that's a lot. That's what a lot of. I'm a Cancer. I like having shit. I like cuddling up.
Sensitive.
So there was times where I hated being alone so much. I'd dial somebody and say, "Hey, what you doing?"
Yeah.
Because I always knew that there were women out there who liked to be cuddled with after the dude was done.
I think there's a lot of women like that too. Mm-hmm. Like they just don't know how to. I've always been very opposite of that. I've always, because I even though my parents were married, my grandparents were married, my husband's parents were married, I was married. I never felt like I had to stay in a bad situation just for the sake of saving the marriage or saving the face of the marriage. So when I've always, my ex-husband used to call me mannish because I'm the very opposite. Like I don't, there's not a, I'm used to doing things by myself anyway. I'm used to being alone a lot. I'm used to, being very autonomous. So when I do see women jumping in and out of these different relationships and even having babies first of all, you ain't gotta have babies with every nigga you with. Like exactly. Let's full stop. And then two, I just that's always kind of bothered me. And even after my father passed away, my mom was widowed. She never dated another man. I mean, even if she did, we never saw him. Yeah. I think we saw maybe one or two men that she had ever brought around us, because she always said, I don't want to bring any children, any men around my children.
Same with my mother.
And I'm like that with my daughter. Like, there's very, few people that, like I've seriously dated that she's met.
Yeah.
But, I never understood that, that, you have to know how to just be okay with being by yourself sometimes and learning. No, it's okay. Learning who you are, learning what you like, or, I've gotten, the older that I've gotten, I don't think about relationships the way that I used to. I used to want to be in. I was always indifferent to them anyway, because I always thought that they were very consuming. Yes. And, like, they just, you turn into other people, or you turn into different people. Exactly. So do you really, and I used to be like, commitment, like to the very end, you get, and this is the way you do it. That's the way I was raised. That was a way a lot of us were raised.
Yeah, we have to break that.
Yeah, but we have to break that. We have to let people know that it's okay to, if the relationship, and that's not even loving, I'm talking about platonic relationships too.
Yeah.
If it's not serving you anymore, or I mean, at this time, this is what you needed in your life.
Yeah.
Now,
exactly.
You're at a different place in your life now. What you needed 5 years ago is not what you need now.
Exactly.
I mean, or at least that's how I think evolution should work.
And I took a hit, y'all, because this is getting a little into the deep zone.
Yeah, we getting into the deep zone. We said we was freestyling tonight, y'all. So I think y'all who's still here.
In other words,
we going off on a tangent a little bit, but yeah.
Have you seen the new Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer?
I have.
All right, that dropped yesterday. I want to say.
We wearing white, y'all, to the premiere.
Man, I'm wearing whatever clothes I got.
They said no. that's we the whole community as a collective, kinfolk. We said we wearing white to the film.
Yes.
So everybody is going to the film or the premiere of T'Challa, Wakanda Forever.
Mm-hmm.
We all wearing white. That's what the instructions.
Yeah. Y'all wear white. I'm gonna have on my Wakanda Forever T-shirt. I mean, they just say show up and show out, show up in high fashion. I get it, but that's coming out. That's coming out in theaters November 11th. I have already bought my tickets for November 10th because it comes out the Thursday before.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever, Tony. Man, see you over there smoking and talking.
Over there smoking that shit.
And that'll be in theaters. Tickets are on sale now. I suggest you get your tickets because when I bought mine, there were some theaters sold out. The first few shows.
Oh, it's coming out. I don't know. Listen, this year went by so fast for me. I can't believe we're already in October.
Now, with that trailer, I actually watched Black Panther again.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read.
Black Panther, y'all, is streaming on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yeah, that movie owns tickets on sale now. It's Wakanda Forever, Tony. Even the captions got it right."
Tony, you need help on the spelling of Wakanda? Colonizer? No, I'm kidding.
Tony ain't a colonizer by far.
No, Tony ain't a colonizer at all. Tony probably blacker than I am.
Yeah. But yes, it's I watched Black Panther again. It definitely hits different now that it definitely hits different now that Chadwick Boseman is passed on.
Yeah.
That's streaming on Disney Plus. Wakanda Forever.
What else was I watching? I know we were talking about that, and then we were talking about. Oh, I watched Brightburn again. Brightburn came out in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It is a kind of a what if Superman. It's a Superman origin story, but if Superman used his powers for evil instead of good.
Basically, if Superman has shitty parents.
Yeah, if he had shitty parents. Well, I mean, the parents weren't really that shitty, though.
It was his experience.
It was just like he felt like, I mean, he felt lied to without giving out the whole movie. But it's on the Fire Stick, but it's on Fubo.
Yeah, it's on Fubo.
If you know Fire Stick, most of y'all know Fire Stick, then y'all know Fire Stick.
Yeah.
It's
on Fubo. Also, it is playing on Sci-Fi. You just gotta check your local listings. It's playing all around. Brightburn is cool because it sort of deals with the premise that when Superman came here, when he had self-actualization, Superman knew he had, to humans, godlike abilities. Imagine.
I'm so serious.
So imagine in Brightburn. Imagine if Superman realized he was a god and decided that he was just gonna go ahead and be God,
right,
and not really give a fuck.
Right, I'm gonna just be God, and then y'all just gonna have to deal with whatever my will is.
And that's what,
like that.
Yeah, and that's what Brightburn is, y'all. It's a good story. It's a very telling story.
Yes.
I would love it if it was a graphic novel, but you can catch that on your local listings and things like that. Another thing I started but I didn't finish it was Hocus Pocus 2.
I want to watch it because it's nostalgic. It's from it came out. The original came out in 1993. I was 9, and I just remember every Halloween we had to watch that. We had to watch. Matter of fact, I watched. What was it? The Tim Burton.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I watched that today actually while I was cleaning up and setting up for here. Which all those kind of take me back. So if you guys have if you guys have a smart TV, it'll come up Halloween collection, and they have like all the Halloween movies from like whatever you want to watch.
Right on. Yes, y'all. And I just had to switch gears. That's what
we was getting a little heavy.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever is going to be nice. Hocus Pocus, it starts off pretty good, so I haven't seen all of it. I've seen Brightburn. I don't really do horror, but I wanted to see how it played out, and I thought it played off really good. They did without Super. They did play Superman without saying Superman.
They did.
They did a lot of that
like licensing stuff like X-Men and Sony and Marvel.
Yes.
And
So
can't say X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Now that's another thing that was announced this week. It appears that Hugh Jackman will be in the next Deadpool movie as Wolverine.
I saw that. I love both horror and horror movies. We know you love both.
Yeah, I'm not a horror movie fan. That's the big thing. I don't like scary movies.
I wasn't really a horror movie person, but I got into it. Just watching it. My boo Keish, that's her bag. She loves horror movies. So when I was staying there, we watch movies all weekend. A lot of them will be horror. A lot of Blumhouse is a good horror production.
Yes.
20. What's the other one? Is something 22.
Yeah, 22 or 24, something like that.
Room 24, or something like that. These are good horror production movies, high quality. Some of them are gory, but if you are getting into the Halloween spirit, it's fall now. I have my little fall sweater on. I might do something next week with the table. But, just getting into the theme of that.
Yes.
Or some Oktoberfest stuff,
All right. Yes.
But yeah.
Now, before we get out of here, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention. I'm not going to mention it. We're gonna go with P&B Rock to close this out tonight.
Okay.
We love Candy's fall sweater. Yeah, Tony. We see. I see you, Tony. I can see you.
Yeah, I like my sweater. It's Forever 21's finest.
Tony.
Good way to cover up the Greek food I ate earlier.
Yeah, Tony ain't worried about that goddamn sweater. But P&B Rock's killers were found. It was a father and son. And the father and son were actually called by somebody who was already at the restaurant.
Yes.
So P&B Rock, even though y'all said he was set up, y'all thought he was set up by somebody who knew him or he knew.
Or his girlfriend.
Or his girlfriend. He was set up by some random dude who decided he wanted to run him for his shit.
Sad.
So this mystery guy dressed in all red called the father. The father went to get the son. They came back to the restaurant, and
they said the stepmom too was involved, which to me, like, it's mind-boggling. Like, y'all doing a lot, like,
and that's gonna add conspiracy.
That is, and it to me, that's not even. I mean, it's very sad that this young man lost his life. But the way y'all blame that his baby mama was sick, and then the second part that's sad about that is how this is your son. Like, you went, you taking your sons on a mission. Like, what type of niggas is y'all?
Exactly.
And I think he's did they catch him?
I think they caught the son already. They caught the father. I think they're still getting enough evidence to see if they can arrest the stepmother. Okay. But I agree with a lot of celebrities now, y'all. Y'all owe that woman an apology.
Y'all owe that. I think Kodak Black said that he apologized because he was big on blaming the baby mama. But that was very sad, and you guys need to apologize to that woman. She just lost.
She lost her child's father. She probably lost her partner. I don't know their relationship, so I don't know enough about the relationship. I think they were out together. Yeah, they were living together. But you got to understand, y'all owe that woman an apology. That woman has always needed y'all support. Because normally, let's be clear, normally the police will let you know if they're leaning towards a partner setting you up. They lean towards that. But y'all owe that woman an apology. Like I say, rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to him. Thoughts and well wishes to his girlfriend and his daughter. I think it's a daughter.
I think he has a daughter.
Now, I don't know if he had any more children, but I was gonna cover another story, but I don't like that motherfucker anyway. Yeah. So we're gonna go with P&B Rock. Yeah. And we're gonna call it that, y'all. We had some technical difficulties. Hey Corey, what's up?
Hey Corey.
Thank you for joining. You might want to run it back because we're at the end right now.
Yeah, we're getting ready to wrap it up. It was just kind of a freestyle night, guys.
So
we just was talking about whatever was on our mind.
I want to thank everybody for joining us. Go ahead, those watching on the replay, enjoy. I'm glad you joined us. I'm glad you clicked the replay. I'm glad you shared this with your friends. I'm here.
We getting our views up on the y'all. We see y'all. Y'all watching.
We see
Somebody
y'all.
watching.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful.
I'm getting a lot of good feedback. We're trying to implement stuff that you've been telling us that you wanted to see. We didn't cover weed culture this week, but what I had about weed culture was a very thing. We actually came up with it because we were watching comedian Ali Sadiq and how he went to prison for having a few ounces of weed, which back then it's lost him his freedom. Now it's not doing that. So we're gonna talk about that at another time. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Tony for being behind the boards. Tony wasn't in the studio with us today, but he will be with us next week. We have a lot less technical difficulties when Tony is here with us.
Right.
So understand, y'all, we do run on Pothead time sometimes, but we're gonna get it together. This is just episode.
Thanks, Angie.
This is just episode number 6. Angie,
still
thank you for watching.
Working out the kinks, y'all. Y'all been patient.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for smoking with us.
Yeah, smoking with us. Like I said, I see the interactions on the page, and it's getting up there. So
so let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you want to be. We'll be having some guests coming on soon. So let us know what you want to see. New merch. I'm working on the merch, y'all. I've been a little behind. I've been lagging. I just moved, so. But hopefully once I get everything set up, I can get everything going. But I'm rambling now, y'all. So
yeah, we rambling.
Thank you for joining us. This is the Aging Potheads. This is Miss Candy with a C.
Hi.
I am Big Brother Boss. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Candy with an X. God damn.
See, X. The X stands for whatever. It's whatever.
Tony behind the boards, Token Tony. Thank you.
Put an F in front of it. Make it Fandy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so.
Oh, with Tony, it's gonna be Fandy.
Right.
He gonna have Fandy time.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Meditate.
Yes, y'all. I am. Stay lifted, y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Man.